Welcome to me. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to get a sexy back, a nice defined back, nice defined upper body. Why do you need to train your back? Because by training your back, you also help build that hourglass shape. Because imagine having a bigger back will help you give the illusion of having a smaller waist. So I want to show you all my favorite back exercises that will help you create that nice shape, okay? That being said, before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, as always, if you want me to give you directly and help you out with your workout and your meal plan, I do one-to-one online coaching, so link in the description below if you're serious about building that physique with me, okay? That being said, let's start. So my first exercise, as I mentioned in one of my upper body video, I always start with the hardest exercises. This is because you won't have a lot of strength at the beginning, so you want to make sure that you use all your strength at the beginning with the hardest exercises, okay? So I have a long resistance band and I start by practicing my chin-ups, which by the way I can't do assisted yet, but this is a hard exercise that takes time to build strength. So I always start by tying this up here, okay? And then what I do, so bear in mind that by doing this, I'll use a little box to elevate myself. Otherwise, I just don't feel as comfortable jumping up. And then what I do, I just try to like push it down. So push it down and put my knee in it, okay? And then after that, I grab the bar and I kind of like jump, okay? Hold. And then down, and then again, down. And I try to do as many as I can. At the moment, my PB has been doing 6 straight. Now, you'll think that 6 reps is not a lot, but this exercise is hard. So at the beginning, I can only do 1 or 2, maybe. So go easy on yourself if you want to start doing this, because they're quite hard. So it will take you a while to kind of keep practicing. Once you finish with these, I usually rest for like 30 seconds to 60 seconds. And then I do the same thing 4 or 5 times, okay? So keep practicing with how many I can do really, and keep pushing yourself to do these. So next exercise is really good to strengthen this area of your back, and it'll help you with your chin-ups as well. So I showed you this as well in my other video, but I wanted to do it very quickly. Okay. What I do, actually I want to set the weight quite high, to be fair. Now what I do, I just grab the bar. You want to use a bar that is straight like this, okay? Grab it at the extremities, distance yourself from it, okay? You're gonna bend down, okay? And then push and watch out. Actually, let me readjust this because the weight is a bit too heavy. So again, you distance yourself from it, look down, and then up, and you pull it basically towards the belly button. Doing a few more. Extend your back, and down again. Nice and simple, and it's a very good exercise that targets this area of your body. So, with this, not many gyms might have this, but if you do, that you will have a different alternative where you'll have to pull. So maybe it might not look exactly the same as this, but you will have a machine in your gym that allows you to pull, okay? And with this, I do like a little technique that completely kills your back, and it's so good. So I grab the weight and I do 5 on each side. So I will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to hold it, so don't release it, still hold it, and then do 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then both together 5 again. 1, 5, and oh my god, this burns. After this, I would always increase the weight, so I would add more weight on each side, and do 7 if I manage. So 7, 7, and 7 with both arms. And honestly, this exercise kills you. So another great exercise for your back is the single arm bent over row. I love these so much because you can get to isolate each side of your back. Any single arm exercise is also great for fixing muscle imbalances as well. So what I normally do, one thing that I always see a lot of people making a mistake with this particular exercise is that they always bring the weight basically in a vertical way, while basically like this. Let me just move so you can see. So basically they just lift it up this way, but that's not right. You should basically form a sort of like arch and just go backwards in a sense to just engage your back a little bit more. So rather than just go like this, okay, you want to go like this, okay? So that being said, make sure you form a tripod shape with your whole body. Your arm, back leg, and back leg, okay? Basically forming a tripod, okay? With this, you pick up the weight. You don't want to look up, otherwise you'll tend to strain your neck. You want to look down the whole time. Down and drawing a sort of arch, okay? Squeeze at the top and release. That being said, next back exercise. So what I'll always check is these to begin with, okay? You want to make sure that they're rightly placed because you'll basically be dropping the bar. So in this case, they're a bit too low, so I'm just gonna readjust them, okay? Bar on them, okay? So if you've never done this exercise before, I always recommend just using the bar alone before adding more plates, just because it's an exercise that requires, it's hard, like the bar alone most people won't know, but like if you don't know, this bar alone weighs 20 kilos. So if you're a beginner and you've never done these exercises, 20 kilo will be enough for you to start and to grasp the exercise and the move. So what you want to do is basically bend down on your hips, okay? And I like to grip the bar this way. Some people prefer to do it this way, but I just prefer it this way in terms of the hand grip, okay? So you want to grab the bar, bend at your hips, keep a slight bend at your knees as well. You don't want to have them completely straight, slight bend in your knees. And just pull this towards your belly button, so this way. Stand. Try to keep your spine neutral as well, so no bending like this. Keep your spine nice and straight. Just bend down and pull it towards you. Squeeze at the top and release. So you'll probably, if you've never done this before, it'll take you a while to get the hang of it, just because the bar is quite long as well. So I remember that when I first started doing this exercise, I was actually struggling to balance the bar itself. So don't put any pressure on yourself, keep practicing. The more you practice, that's how you progress with any exercise. Remember, no one found an exercise easy since the beginning, especially when we were beginners. When I was a beginner, I took ages and my form wasn't great, but that's why you have to practice with your form before you start adding weight. Obviously you want to challenge yourself, because otherwise if you're training your back and using mini weights, you won't even feel the exercise. So yes, you want to challenge yourself, but obviously prioritize your form. You don't want to do a really you don't want to pack a lot of weight and then not even be able to go through the range of motion, because it's just a waste of time. You could also injure yourself. Okay, so this is a lovely exercise, especially for beginners, because if you're a little bit more shy and at the beginning you don't really fancy going into the weight area, this machine will literally be so easy and normally more simple to use. in general, machines are easier to use as well than free weights for beginners. So if you have literally no experience in weight training at all, I always recommend starting with machines first, okay? So that being said, what you want to do, a little mistake that I always see a lot of people making with this especially, is that they don't tend to keep their back straight. So they pull the weight towards them and then they kind of follow the weight with the back. And that's wrong because you're using a lot of momentum then. So you really won't be able to make the most out of your back gains there, okay? So what you want to do is when you use this, first of all, you want to use this grip, okay? This sort of V shape, okay? And secondly, I want you to pull this towards your belly button, okay? So not here, towards your chest, towards your belly button, over here. Another thing, so bear in mind, I don't want you to follow the movement with your back. I want you to keep it, your torso as stable as possible, upright, okay? And just move this back and forth. Because if you do this, you'll be able to have a nicer stretch over here around your back. If you follow the movement instead, you won't be able to engage your back as much. So pick a weight that is comfortable to begin with first. And then I'm gonna grab this, keep your torso upright, okay? Just pull this towards your belly button. Big squeeze, okay? And then return, okay? And then again. Nothing like this, okay? I don't wanna see any of this because it's wrong. We use a lot of momentum this way. So nice and controlled reps. So this is a great exercise now for your lower back. So to shape this little, I suppose it helps you with loads of exercises. Having a stronger lower back will also help you get less injured and also strengthen some lifts, like for example your deadlifts, or even when you do your bent over rows, okay, having a strong lower back will help you, okay? So I do tend to do a set of these as well. You might possibly recognize this machine because some people use this for different ways. Some people use them for their glutes as well, and also for the abs. So you might have seen some people doing some exercises here. But anyway, today we're going to be looking at the lower back version of this. So for this, the first thing I want you to do is to make sure that this is low enough. If you get on it, it will be easy to understand whether it's low enough or not, because you'll see that it's not allowing you, basically stopping you from going down. So that means it's too high up. So you have to adjust it a little bit lower. Okay. Lower, okay? I'm gonna keep usually hands over here because it's just easier rather than just swing them around. So hands over here, go all the way down and up, down and up, down and up, okay? So try to keep your spine neutral, okay? As neutral as you can. Because if you kind of rounding it like this, you tend to target your glutes more, okay? So nice and simple. You literally have to descend and then go back up again. Really simple exercise, but yet so effective for this nice, to create this nice little shape over here. I do like a well-defined back, so always urge you to train your back from all angles as well. But yeah, now we're still waiting for that famous machine. We're waiting for like another person because I told you there is a queue for it. You need to tell me, let me know at the end when I show you what machine it is, if it happens the same to you when you try to use it. There's like 10 people trying to use it as well. So guys, this machine, like now tell me now, if this is not always taken, what is? I think that is the most popular machine in the whole gym. It's always taken. But anyway, let's go through the form quite quickly because I talked about this in one of my previous videos, so I'm going to go through it quite quickly. So, ideally you want to get a wide grip, okay? Just to get more of this side of your back. One of the most common mistakes with this machine is that people tend to lean backwards and then go, obviously I'm really exaggerating here, but they lean backwards because the weight is either too heavy and they try to use momentum to lift the weight, but that's wrong because you're not really engaging your back anymore there. So the correct way to use this is by keeping your torso upright the whole time, okay? Slightly, just only slightly lean to allow the bar to come close to your chest and then release. But nothing like extreme like that, swinging the weight around back and forth. You're not really training your back there anymore, your lats anymore, okay? So really, really important to maintain that neutral, upright position. So, that being said, let's do a set together. So, back nice and upright, pull this towards your chest. So don't stop over here, that's not full range of motion. You want to stop close to your chest, okay? And then release slowly. I don't want you to do it like very, very quick like that. Control the weight. And if possible, go a little bit heavier if you're swinging it, okay? It means that it's light. If you're doing this, it means that it's too light, okay? So slightly increase it and work on getting a good range of motion, nice and controlled. Okay, so this is a bit of an awkward exercise, just because you want to be using a lighter weight for this. If you've never done this before, it'll be slightly harder to control the weight. So just make sure you practice with no weight at all or with the lightest possible weight, okay? So what you want to do is basically you're doing the crossover. So you want to grab the other extremity with one arm and the opposite extremity with the other arm, okay? And then what I want you to be doing is just pull across, okay? All the way down, extend, all the way down and then return slowly, okay? This takes a bit of time and a bit of practice to get the hang of it, okay? But once you do it, it's just really nice and effective for you. So another thing actually that was doing there, I actually noticed my own mistake because everyone makes mistakes. So try not to keep your arm fully extended, slightly bend it because you might hurt your elbows over there. So try to not come completely straight. See, I also notice mistakes that I make sometimes as well without even noticing. So, there you go. I'm not extending my arms all the way down. And you should really feel this one, but again, don't go too heavy because you don't need it. You like this exercise will be hard as it is already. But yeah, that being said, I think I showed you at least all my personal favorite. Actually, there is one more. I almost forgot about this. Wait, what was that? So you want to, it's also a cable one. You want to position this high up, okay? And then get a little rope. This one. Put it this way, okay? Go a little bit higher up in weight because you'll be using both of your arms at the same time with this. So it'll be slightly less difficult to perform, okay? So what you want to do is just slightly bend down, bend at your knees as well, okay? And just pull this towards you, okay? So you can do either face pulls. So we'll get this area over here, so upper back, okay? So you can pull this towards your eyes, basically, keeping your elbows nice and high. Or also do this variation as well, bent over. It's also really good. That being said, I think I covered all my main favorite exercises that cover your back to get a nice sexy back. We love a sexy back, don't we? And as I said, it's really important to try and cover your upper body and try to target your back as much as possible. The question is, do you get manly, do you get bulky as a woman doing these exercises? No, you don't. So you can safely perform these exercises without worrying about looking too bulky. unless you're just doing them really frequently, like 2-3 times a week, going super heavy and just purposefully training for growth, you won't be growing massive muscles around your upper body, okay? And I know that you might see some women maybe a bit more developed, but that's up to their choice. Everyone is beautiful in their own way, and they love training that way. They train purposefully to grow that way. But if you just lightly do this once or maybe twice a week, if you do a push and pull, I would recommend doing a push and pull session. So literally you can just do back once a week. You won't grow massive, I can promise you. I do it and I feel like I look quite feminine, don't I? I don't think I look like masculine. I've got massive arms. I don't think I do anyway. So you can safely do it, and it honestly will help your whole performance in the gym when you're doing leg. It'll also help you build a nice hourglass shape, giving the nice little frame, making your waist appear so much smaller as well. So make sure you keep doing your upper body as well, and you can pick and choose whichever exercise you do you prefer from the list that I gave you. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and you found this useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you next time with another video.